question you must ask yourself. How is it going to work? You must wrap your mind around the practicality, of it. Because when a guy graduates, his life is just starting. I'm saying psychologically. But when a lady graduates, more often than not, she's ready to marry, or she doesn't mind getting married. So there is just that dichotomy of expectations. So, and that's why many ladies end up with guys who are much older. It's just the way nature conditions us to that age bracket thing. Because we are just that, we might be classmates, but we are at different spaces in expectation. And that's why, some of you ladies wonder, just the sound of marriage, and the guy is fidgety, the guy is running away because, the guy is trying to make a living, and you're trying to make babies, you're trying to make a home, So, I really feel that when you understand maturity, financial independence, it's really about maturity. All right. Then that's what really defines it. How do you define your parents' idea of ethnic background of a potential partner? Now, this is one of the most recurrent issues in this part of the world, and I think it deserves another YouTube. Let me screenshot this. We're going to have to discuss it. It's very heartbreaking, but respectfully, I want to say this. Just realize, I don't like to answer questions like this out of context, because now what I'm about to say might be misconstrued, misunderstood. But let me just say this. At the end of the day, it is you who is starting a home. It is you who will live with the consequences. It is you who will have that home much after your parents have gone to be with the Lord. So I just encourage you to bear that in mind. I'm not saying defy them, and I'm not saying don't, but just, I think it's a good place to start. That when it all comes down to it, I'm the one who will be most affected. I'm the one who will live with the consequences. So that will condition your mind when it comes to talking to your parents, persuading them, and all of that. And when it all comes down to it, more often than many times, a few times, the parents, anyways, if it is an ethnic preference, they are always wrong. They're always wrong. But sometimes I've seen a few cases where the parents have a point, and people are just fixated in their own ideas. The Bible says, in multitude of counsel, there is safety. And some people, especially when it's the lady who has the parents, disapproval, it's a totally different dynamic, if you ask me. Most ladies don't have the emotional strength, to just defy and go on and turn their backs on their parents. And I also want to say this. Parental support is very important. Very important. I won't lie to you. Especially when children begin to come with. There is this invention that is straight from heaven that has saved many marriages. It's called Omugo. Hey. That thing called Omugo, for our international audience, what we call Omugo here is just, the practice of maybe the mother of maybe usually the wife coming to spend some time with the family when they just have a child, to help, with babysitting, and just taking care of the child. Listen, it can save you. It can save you. So the support is important. So it's not an easy thing. So pick your battles. Pick your battles. I'm going to talk about this another time. All right. So instead of, have those conversations ahead of time, so that you are not in a relationship for 7 years and you can't go on because of your parents' disapproval. Start convincing them before you enter the relationship. All right, but we'll talk about that another time. Thank you all for joining me. If you were blessed by this, show me with an emoji right now, quickly. I just want to see how